He's only 23 years old.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's so weird how much I like him, and I'm so much older than him.
Dude, do you think he likes me?
You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders podcast. This is WCBP.
All right, we're back with another edition of the Windy City Bender podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network, presented by DraftKings. Jerem here with Tanner. What's up, bud?
What up? What up?
You
having a good time, man?
Yeah, dealing a little chaotic Chicago today, huh?
Yeah, you know, shit's falling apart, guns everywhere, Chicago style.
So fair warning, you may hear quite a few sirens come from Tanner. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but yeah, it's been about a week since our last episode, but it feels like it's been so much longer. Essentially missed the entire preseason.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Couple weddings.
Just
Yeah. Too much.
Hawks
are playing hockey right now, so that's great.
Hawks are playing hockey. Things are looking good. Some exciting stuff going on. Lot to be happy about. And I just 1 week as a recording. So when you're listening to this, 6 days, but as of right now, 1 week until regular season Blackhawk hockey. Will be 5 days until regular NHL season hockey. Like, let's fucking go. Best time of the year.
Yes. Best time of the year is right.
Let's fucking go.
Or it's like best time of the year B. Playoffs, best time of the year A.
So, all right, let's rank it really quick since I'm going to do this. Start of the regular season, playoffs, trade deadline,
Olympics.
Draft, and opening of free agency. We'll stick with those 5. Olympics because it only happens every once in a while, and that kind of will be a little biased because that jumps up.
Okay, so All-Star Weekend then.
Okay, and All-Star Weekend. So top 6. We'll do top 6 real quick.
All-Star Weekend last.
6. That's like, why did you even include it?
I'm just saying it's something that it's an event.
Right. Okay.
And a Winter Classic would be above it. I'm just adding events.
Yeah,
things to look forward to.
Stadium Series, Heritage Classic. Let's go.
Yeah, all of the outdoor games. It goes All-Star Weekend, all of the outdoor games. And then I would say
this should have been the draft. We drafted our top 3 events. You want to hold off now? Or you want to just do the draft now? We'll get it out of the way first.
Okay, yeah. So then you have to go. Yeah, we'll start it with the just because why not? We're already on it.
We're starting with the draft this episode. We're gonna draft our top 3 events or times of the year for the NHL. You take it away. Number 1.
Okay. Number 1. I want to it's going to be the playoffs, but do I have to specify if I say day 1 of Stanley Cup playoffs or game 7 of Stanley Cup final, or can I just say playoffs? Because
I think playoffs, because I just think playoffs in general are just
that's what you look forward to.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Playoffs easy.
Number 1. Number 1 for me, I'm gonna go with free agency, opening free agency.
Okay.
I mean, just
free agent frenzy.
Yeah, just the chaoticness of the last, as soon as because all the rumors start piling in, and then boom, it just hits and just boom, 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 and just who went where? That's another reason why I'm so excited for the start of the season, because it's where the fuck did everybody go? I don't remember.
Yeah.
And
never forget, Yaroslav Halak is on Vancouver.
That blows my mind. Yeah, we were on the Colorado podcast last week, and he brought that up, and I was just like, oh my God, when did that happen?
Yeah, off season.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, the draft lottery. I like the draft lottery, and then the draft is great.
Okay,
lottery is so cool.
So which one are you going for, draft lottery or the draft? Those are 2 different events. So,
I mean, yeah, I'll just do draft lottery.
Draft lottery.
I think it's exciting, especially the one 2 years ago where it was when who's the mystery team for number 1, and there will a second draft lottery.
That will never be. It's a shame. Okay, phrasing here is gonna be really bad. It's a shame that will never happen again. I mean, it's not a shame because that means we're not in a global pandemic.
Yeah.
But it's a real bummer that it's never gonna play out like that, because that was the most exciting I think excitement I've ever felt for a draft lottery. Like, I remember we were recording and we started the episode with us live watching the lottery and then running in here because the Hawks had a shot.
Yeah. Well, that was the only time that they've done like a lottery with the actual like team balls.
Yeah.
And like, instead of just like the percentages that they do now, and then they just flip the cards, it was like you all got to see like who the fucking ball was. And it was just amazing.
All right. My number two, I'm going opening night.
Okay.
I still think that, the start of the season, everybody's got a clean slate unless you're Buffalo. Like, you're ready to
They're going to start the season hot like they usually do and win like their first 8 games and then go on an 18-game losing streak.
With who though? Like, that's the thing. Like, I can't even justify it, like, looking at that. And they could.
I don't know. It's going to be the underestimate. Everybody's going to just be like, oh, that's an easy game, and think about the next one. Then be like, oh, we lost to Buffalo. It's kind of embarrassing. And then that's when they'll start to get their ass beat.
Real quick, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite opening night for the Hawks?
No, not really. Not in particular. I like every time that they raise the banner at home.
That's what they lose all the time. But
yeah,
were they just I think my favorite was the home opener was when they just dick kicked Pittsburgh.
Oh, the Pittsburgh Penguins 10-0.
Yeah,
that was a good one. My third event has got to be trade deadline then. Or I could say draft day, but I'm going to say trade deadline. Yeah.
Even though it's been kind of dying down a little bit. I mean, but it's been more exciting now, like with the flat cap, because teams are kind of forced to make moves and really do stuff that you wouldn't normally see them do. So that's
I like the 3-way trades to fit guys in under the cap, because then it's like 50% retained, 50% retained, and then you get a fourth, you get a first. Making that stuff work is hilarious.
All right, well then I guess I'm going round 1 of the draft.
Okay.
Because you know what? After that, it's just kind of like you occasionally get like the big moves or something like during the regular, like the rounds 2 through 7, but
it's usually just picks for picks. Like, oh, I'll trade you my 57th and 72nd for your 45th.
Right.
Like, all right.
I was about to say expansion drafts, but the last one was just so bad that it kind of ruined it.
Well, I don't think that the draft itself was bad. I think the fact that whoever, I can't remember who it was, ruined every fucking pick on Twitter beforehand. I was just like, come on, dude. Like, there's a whole event going on later today that like I was excited for. So I don't know. I don't think I'm in the minority of hockey fans that was kind of excited to see like the expansion draft.
Oh no, I was super excited to see it.
And this guy just fucking goes off on Twitter and just like tells everybody what the picks are. And it's just like, come on, like, what's the fucking point? Then why? I don't understand why the NHL wouldn't do something about like, hey, this guy is no longer allowed in NHL facilities.
I just don't understand why or how how he was able to get all that. Like, they either need to, it's probably never going to happen again. I can't see them going more than 32 teams.
Yeah, unless Buffalo folds from just being such a miserable franchise, and they just tell all their players are then free agents. and then
let the Buffalo
expansion draft
roam across the NHL.
Yeah, they have to travel westward.
Yeah. All right. Honorable mention. We'll do expansion draft, Winter Classic.
Yeah. And All-Star Weekend.
Oh, the All-Star Weekend is so bad.
Yeah.
All right. that's your honorable mention. I want nothing to do with that. I agree with you.
That's fine. Whatever.
All right. So
greatest times of the year.
Yeah. Let us know what your favorite moments of the season is, or the hockey calendar. Like, we can even go farther, because you also, like you said, we got the Olympics. You can do World Juniors, like Christmas weekend World Juniors and all that. Like
draft rounds 2 through 7.
Oh man, yeah, I kind of getting the
I guess,
draft
like,
out of the way, man.
I guess not like an NHL thing, but like the Hawks convention.
Yeah, Hawks convention is always awesome. I've never been to it, but it seems really cool.
Yeah. We got a buddy that goes every year. So,
What yeah, former guy of the show.
yeah, happy birthday, Noli.
Happy birthday, Noy. Poets call him Married Brian. That was fucking weird.
Yeah. All right. So now we got that done.
That done. Real quick, we're going to do a plug. We decided to open up a merch shop.
Oh, yeah. Word up.
Shopwcbp.com. You can get Tanner's got the zip up hoodie. I got the black crew neck sweater. My computer's got a sticker. Tanner's water bottle's got a sticker. We got t-shirts. We got fanny packs, all come in different colors.
We have fanny packs?
Yeah, I put a fanny pack on there. Why not?
No fucking way.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. We are going to put the link in the bios for this. Love to see people rocking it. So we're gonna we'll do different promo codes here and there, but for the initial start, I'm gonna do 13% off. Benders 13 for the first 13 people to order. Let's go. Let's go. Let us know what else you want what merch else you want. I think this is cool. It's just cool seeing people wearing Bender stuff. Like
we'll eventually we'll work our way up to like a car sponsorship, and we'll just get a car with WCBP all over the side of it.
You're gonna see the WCBP CCM logo on the Hawks jersey, and
it's gonna be along the boards at the United Center. It's gonna be on the helmets where the belt tire logo is.
Yeah, did we talk about that one?
No,
can't remember.
Oh yeah, I think we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that still blows my mind. And Detroit, I thought Detroit would be better belt tire, and they got Myers on theirs.
I don't know, man.
That's so funny.
We don't have just Little Caesars all over the place.
So yeah, again, shop WCBP.com or WCBP.shop. We'll all take you to the same place. Buy it. Send us pictures of you with it. Let's see it. Let's see the merch, boys. Let's go. And girls, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, Hawks talk. A lot going on. Where do you want to start?
First and most important, Patty Kane is a 92 overall in NHL 22, and he's tied for the best right winger with Nikita Kucherov.
And I love it. And I love that they put him one.
Yeah, because he's got more cups. I don't care.
Let's go. Is he? That's the question. Is Patty Kane be the number one right winger in NHL 22 gonna make you want to run out and get NHL 22?
No,
not at all.
Seattle being in the game makes me.
Seattle being in the game, yeah. Do you see that they introduced? They're doing roster shares now.
Yeah,
that should be interesting. I don't know if I'd use it, but you know what would be really interesting? Fucking GM Connect back in the game.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. But that was like the best. Like I love doing that, like fantasy hockey that you can play.
Yeah, that was pretty great. It was difficult to get everybody all together, but
it was awesome. All right,
I will get that game eventually. I don't know if it'll be like a day one get that I've been doing for the past few years.
I think I'm gonna try to hold out and see if I can get my hands on a new system.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's not happening for me.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Coming up.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to even get them.
Yeah,
because I still occasionally check for inventory and they're still not in.
Yeah,
but yeah, NHL 22, lots of music in there too. They released their soundtrack, a ton of songs.
Yeah, that'd be good for the first couple days, and then you go. Time to turn this off.
Yeah. Wasn't Fleury also ranked like the 5th best goalie in the game too?
Yeah. He's like tied with like Carey Price.
He's 90 overall.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So few transactions kind of happen. I guess you can call them transactions, more like moves.
They're movements.
The big one that it's kind of big just because of the player. I kind of expected it just because to me, he didn't fit in on this team, but Connelly gets put on waiver yesterday, goes unclaimed, gets sent down to Rockford today.
Yeah.
I
mean, it makes sense. I don't think there's really a spot for him on the team.
He just did not fit this team at all, especially with what they brought in this year and kind of building around. He's getting the Zach Smith.
Pretty much. And it's not that great because he's still got another year after this year on his deal.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought this was last year.
No.
What is it, like 3.25?
3.3 or 3.5.
Ugh.
Yeah. So even though he might not see ice time this year, he might next year. Unless they move him. I don't know what they're gonna do. But we basically in the last preseason game kind of saw what the lines are mainly gonna be looking like against Detroit.
Do you have those?
Oh, I'm just like trying to think based off of like what I remember. There was no Strome, there was no Nylander, no Connelly, no Kalynuk, but that's because he's going to be hurt for the first couple of weeks of the season.
Yeah, out for a few weeks with an ankle injury. So unfortunately,
Stillman wasn't playing. But it was basically the lineup was Kane, DeBrincat, and Tyler Johnson, which looked great. Taves, Kubalik, and Kurashev. Kurashev just whipping around all over the place there and looks good too.
You know, it's going to be really interesting too is that Kurashev is really making it like, oh man, is that really Hagel's spot? Because everybody's
I really like the Kurashev on that line, but I think that it's Hagel and Kurashev are interchangeable but have different skill sets.
Right. And it's like it's very because we talked about on the Colorado podcast with Carlton how he likes to jumble up lines.
Yeah.
Giving him those two options to go on the wing with Kubalik and Taves, like for different situations, you need, having two very good options. I mean, that's not bad. That is actually very, very helpful. And it's going to be a very good blessing for this team. And it's going to be huge, probably, especially with Taves kind of like, still kind of questioning how much he's going to be able to bring to the table, which by the way, I think he's been looking fucking fantastic from what I've seen so far this preseason.
Oh, absolutely. He's been looking real good. And like I said, that line has been looking great too. And then they also, what was it? Last game they had Hagel with Gaudette and Borgstrom, which that line was just going balls to the wall like everywhere they were going. Like you never saw one of those guys like stopping and gliding around. Which is weird because like you say these lines, but then like Doc wasn't playing, and we still have Kirby Doc that fits in somewhere.
He's kind of fallen down to, I think he's a third line option right now. If they want to keep him in the middle, he's got to be that third line guy.
That's the crazy thing is like we have so many players because like not in that lineup. I'm trying to think of who was on the fourth line. It was Carpenter with Hardman. And I can't remember Mackenzie Entwistle. And Entwistle looked pretty good too. That was another good like bottom six line. And so it's kind of funny because then now out of the lineup, you have Nylander, Doc, and Strome, who are all like pretty skilled players. I mean, Doc by far is going to make the lineup.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Juhar Khaira, who I think in the first preseason game looked pretty goddamn good. I don't know if he played any other ones or get to watch any besides just the two Detroit games.
Khaira is definitely, I think he's that 13th forward right now.
I think that he's on the fourth line with Carpenter.
Okay.
And then
as soon as I said that, I regret it because I keep thinking about Nylander.
Yeah. Because then I think on that fourth line, like I'd rather see like Mackenzie Entwistle or like Mike Hardman. And I just don't see where Nylander or Strome go. And then it's also crazy because like then what you put Doc between who? Like Do you put Doc at center instead of Borgstrom on the third line between Gaudette and Hagel?
I don't hate it.
Because then what? Maybe Borgstrom plays fourth line, or maybe Gaudette plays fourth line, and you put Doc between Borgstrom and Hagel, or Gaudette and Hagel. I don't know, but
I'm really curious to see if they're going to try Doc at winger and put him up on that top line
with Taves.
Top line, yeah,
that would be good. I'd like that. That would be pretty goddamn fucking good.
But the only downside to that too is like if he ends up becoming this like amazing winger, we kind of banked our future on Doc being like the guy that replaced Taves.
Yeah, but I mean, they can have it because Doc's a right-handed player. He could take faceoffs that would benefit right-handed players over Taves taking a left-handed faceoff.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Man, so many problems that I did not think the Hawks were going to have this soon. And this is like, and don't get me wrong. When I say problems, these are fantastic problems to have.
Oh, yeah. And having too many players to figure out. Like, we have like 15 players that could be in the lineup. And it's like, that the guarantees are like Taves and Kane, DeBrincat. But then it's like, if any of these other guys like stumbles and falls and doesn't play too well, like somebody else is going to be able to step in any one of these like spots on the lineup.
Next man up, baby.
Yeah. It's just, it sucks because like last year was a good year for anybody to step up and play with Kane and DeBrincat, and then it ended up being Pew Suter, and it's not a guy we held on to. That was the year that Strome, it was like Strome's year to fucking have, and then just like didn't do it.
That's, man. I still wish they can move him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where he fits. I think it's what would be best for him, unless they want to hold on to him in case there's injuries. Like, I don't know, maybe like having that role of being like the 13th guy or like the guy on the third line would benefit him from not being like so much like depended on. I just don't even second line power play. Like,
I don't even think he's that. I think that there's so many guys just proving themselves on this roster that even if you were to say, oh, we need to hold on somebody for injury, I'd rather hold on to some of these younger kids that have been really showing. Like you're saying, I'd rather see an N-Whistle in there. I'd rather see Hardman. I'd rather see Borgstrom. What you need.
Oh,
yeah. Like there's so many guys that I think have just proven that they belong on this team and are a much better option than Strome.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, well, you don't just find somebody with Strome's like passing skill set like anywhere. It's like, yeah, that's great and all, but like if he's not getting himself open to give himself time to make that pass, if he's not like playing defensively well enough in order for the puck to be going back the other way, in order for him to get the puck to make that pass,
right?
Like no matter how great you are at passing, if you're not good enough to hold on to the puck or like get the puck in your possession from the other team, like what's the fucking point?
We have one of the best passers in the NHL on this team, in Patrick Haan.
Oh yeah. Did you see in the last preseason game? Sorry to cut you off real quick, but he floated a puck over the defenseman and like it just like sat perfectly like in DeBrincat's hand, and he just dropped it and like took it to the net wide. Like it was so stupid.
See, like, and that's what I'm saying though. Like Strome, I'm not trying to say anybody needs to be on Kane's level.
Yeah.
But Strome doesn't even have half the skill to put himself in the position that Kane does.
Yeah.
And like Kane doesn't need to put himself in a position because, like you said right there, your example, he can just fucking throw it over guys' heads and it's going to get there perfectly. Like it doesn't matter. Like passing is great passer, awesome. I just remember like, my favorite position in hockey is the guy that gets to sit right in the slot or right in the corner. Nobody touches him and he gets the puck automatically. And he's like, okay, I'm going to pass it. That's the best position in hockey. It doesn't exist. And that's all this guy needs. It's like, he's not a physical guy. He's not strong on the puck. And it's like, I don't I don't hate the guy. Like, I feel like I'm going off like I hate this guy.
Yeah.
He just doesn't fit on this team, and it's
I
just
just
gonna
want
hurt the
him
team.
to.
Yeah.
I would love for him to do great. I just don't see it anymore.
Yeah, and keeping him on the team and keep trying to force, like, that's still one of my biggest issues with Bowman is he tries to force these projects that former top picks that just haven't panned out yet, and he gets cheap and he's like, you know what, we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen, and he just holds on way too long.
Yeah. Well,
Strome
we'll
and
see
Nylander
what
are
happens
two.
after this year because
Yeah.
they're both kind of in like a prove it year. And hopefully they're both going to just end up being prove it players and just absolutely shit on everybody, which would be great. But
And Nylander's still an RFA
Yeah.
after this year. Fuck.
they're both RFAs.
Fuck me. So we can't even like just be like, okay, sorry, pass. Unless they
Yeah,
don't
you
qualify.
can.
Yeah, unless they don't qualify.
Yeah, they could just not qualify them. They can just do what they did to Puce. We can still got sirens. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. If they didn't qualify Suter and they qualify fucking Nylander and Strome, dude, that Bowman needs to get fired right there. Like, that's obnoxious.
I think he would only want to qualify him just for what he gave up for him, where he didn't qualify Suter because they literally just signed him from Europe.
And again, I understand not bringing Suter back. It makes sense now seeing what the Hawks did this offseason. But yeah, Strome. At some point, you got to cut the cord and be like, this project isn't worth it. Are you still having sirens?
Yeah, it's literally like sitting outside my apartment.
Is that why your hand was up, or was that say something stupid?
No, I was just like this siren.
Oh, okay.
The traffic won't let the fucking ambulance through, so it's literally sitting on the street in front of my building, just like going off.
Oh man, yeah, but yeah, it's like at some point that he's got to just cut the cord. It was a great attempt. It was a great attempt to make that work. It was awesome for half a season for Strome.
Let's see if we can get Schmaltz back.
Oh man, I'd be happy with like a 7th rounder, but whatever.
I like just having the cap space would be great. Just in order, I mean, it's not going to hurt actually too bad because like we're under the cap. They're only on a year, so like it's not like their cap's gonna be hurting us like in the future. I mean, like I said, hopefully it's a prove it year that they understand that and like they come out and they fucking prove it. I really want them to just be like how the NHL video game has like had them for the past like 3 years as like medium elite players that like by now should be like leading the league in points, but they fucking don't.
I think what's going to be really interesting too is kind of seeing how this lineup gets like shaped with, you know, there's always been like rumblings that because Stan's job has been on the line the past couple of years, Carlton's been his choice for the coach, was his guy, all that. And he was kind of in Carlton's ear being like, okay, this is what who you have to play and all this kind of stuff. Now that this team is a playoff team, let's face it, I hate hearing that. I mean, you can hate all that you want, rest of the fan base, but this is a playoff team.
Yep.
Now that they're a playoff team, is he really going to let Carlton go? Is he going to have any influence on who gets played? And if he does have any influence on who gets played and he tries to force Strome and Nylander down our throat and down this team's throat, how long is he going to do that before it kind of like, you know, starts affecting the play? Because like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're going in circle now just because it's just, Jesus.
I mean,
long source too long, didn't read.
Connelly got sent down.
Yeah, Connelly got sent down. Strome and Nylander are probably our 13th, 14th player, like the forwards on this team. And there's a lot of great things happening with the younger guys on this team.
Other than with Connelly though, Lucas Reichel got sent down, and I know I didn't really get to see him play against St. Louis. I don't even know if he did, but the one game I saw him play with the Hawks, his first season preseason game against Detroit, I thought he looked pretty goddamn good, and I can't wait for him to be called up.
Oh yeah, I think, you know what? It doesn't hurt. I think this is a nice, smart move. Let
Yeah.
him go down, get a little bit more experience on like North American ice and all that kind of stuff. I think
Get top minutes in the AHL.
exactly, yeah. And really kind of see like, because I think if he gets called up too, he's a guy that can get plugged in on that with Kane or with Taze even. Like he can get thrown into the fire really fucking quick when he gets called up. And I think they just want him to be ready.
I'm thinking just because like he's going to be a top 6 spot. Like if he ends up like coming up and playing really well, like he might end up, I don't hate me for this. It's just an idea, but if Kubalik becomes like too expensive, he might be just like taking that spot.
No,
and even though he would maybe isn't like a goal scorer like Kubalik, like I could see them being like, well, you know what? I think you want a little too much money. We'll replace you right now in the top 6 with Lucas Reichel, and then this kid's gonna get a bunch of fucking ice time, and he looks damn good.
Oh yeah, no, Kubalik.
He's literally fucking 7 years younger than him, so it's just like okay.
I absolutely love Kubalik. I hope they can make it work with him staying on this team. But I had the feeling after he went off his first year that he was kind of we're seeing the Panarin situation play out again.
Yeah, I really don't want that to happen ever again.
Right. And he hasn't taken really a step back. He's really kind of getting to the point where he's playing himself off this team because he's going to get paid and he deserves to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm excited to see what he does this year because last year he was kind of thrown in between all these different lines where the first year when he worked his way up to the first line, he worked his way up to play with Taves. And that was just where the magic was like just popped off. And so him being back with Taves is going to be fucking fantastic.
Next year is going to be, it's going to be really interesting because he's an RFA next year too.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of guys who need to be re-signed next year. Luckily, they're all RFAs, so we still kind of have the ball in our court a little bit. And
yes.
You're losing Calvin de Haan, who we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
Carpenter is coming off. He's only got $1 million. De Haan's 4.5.
Marc-Andre Fleury's $7 million is coming off. $7 million,
and he's not getting $7 million again. Lankinen's getting,
unless he wins the Vezina and the Stanley Cup. I don't see. I don't even think then. I don't know.
He'll be 30. He'll be 37. Yeah, I don't think he'll. If he wants to still play, I think he takes a cheaper deal, unless because hockey's back and DraftKings Sportsbook has an unbelievable offer to celebrate the greatest sport on ice. New customers can bet just $1 on any hockey game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a goal. Doesn't matter if it's a one-timer or a deflection, however they light the lamp, you win. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state just yet, DraftKings won't leave you empty-handed. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes all season long with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports Contest. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Throw down $1 on any hockey game and win $100 in free bets if either team scores a goal. This is 1 week, 1 puck in the net. You win big with promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Regardless, if he's going to go back to Pittsburgh, if he wants to stay here, he's going to have to take a cheaper deal.
Yeah.
Lincoln's going to get a little bump.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see if that's a kind of situation you said, if Kubalik's going to play himself off the scene this year.
I mean, do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Like I don't want you to, but if you're going to play that great, like let's get it in this year because this year is kind of like we're shooting for it.
I would love to send Kubalik off with a Stanley Cup ring.
Yeah. Then he can go to the Rangers. That's fine with me.
You have the list of who else, any other big names get sent down?
Not sent down, no. The other thing was Kalynuk. being out.
Yeah, so Kalynuk out with a few weeks with an ankle injury, which is okay.
I think is actually good news in terms of like who are they going to decide to like have out there for game one, because in the preseason games I've watched, Caleb Jones looks goddamn good. Like, like we really won that deal, like really good. He's not afraid to carry that puck into the zone. We already won it
to this level. Now we're fucking up here, like just not.
Yeah, we're way up. Like he just watching him play, he's not terrible defensively. Like he does his job, but then like breaking out and like not being afraid to like break the puck all the way in, take it low, like bring it around the backside of the net, like set up the play, like eyes up the whole time. Like he looks fucking good. I don't know how he only had 4 points last year in 33 games in Edmonton. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because they had Tyson Barrie and Darnell Nurse playing as like their most offensive defenseman. But Caleb Jones is like been pretty impressive.
I definitely will eat my words a little bit on that. I never really was down on him. I just
didn't really shit on him. I think we just thought that he was going to be the seventh defenseman.
Yeah, I think we like Wyatt so much that I think it was just kind of one of those scenes where we're like, we want to see him in the lineup and Caleb come in when he needs to be. But again, just like the forwards, it's a great problem to have that we have so many guys to fit so few positions, and it's just the options that this team has. It's exciting. Like I really have not felt this excited about a team since 08-09 when they went to the finals against Detroit and they got knocked out that year, but like that was really a time where it was like, this is a hockey team. Like this is a team that can compete and can be there, and I'm really getting the same vibes.
Yeah, it wasn't like we're a favorite, but it was like this team can compete. They could push.
Yeah, I think we're going to surprise. I keep saying this team is going to surprise a lot of people this year.
I think it's just really funny to me, just like looking at this roster and just being like, who the fuck are these guys? Like from if you think about like from 3 years ago, you're just like, who the fuck are these guys and what is this team and why do I like it so much?
Right.
It's so crazy. Like having Seth Jones and Marc-Andre Fleury and Tyler Johnson all on one team, and it happens to be none of the teams that they used to play for. Like it's such a mismatch of like players.
Legitimately what I do in the NHL when I get bored and I'm like, fuck the salary cap and I'm gonna add these guys and
I love it. Then I think the last thing is just do you want to talk about the Calvin DeHaan thing?
Oh, a couple quick things. So yeah, Calvin DeHaan had a little during like the Hawks media day, came onto the podium. First thing he said, "Yeah, sorry, it's me. I'm still here," which I didn't understand because I thought I feel like the Hawk fans like him.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't know. I think like everywhere he's played, they've just been like, "Wait, what the fuck is? He's still here?
Still here? Yeah." But so during that too, he said that he actually played the last part of the season on a broken leg.
Yeah, didn't he say it was like at times it felt better to skate than to walk?
Yeah.
Which I mean, I can understand just because of the motion, but if it's like right, you were saying it's like right below the knee at the tibia.
Yeah, the top of the tibia.
Yeah. So that's so shitty. And I can't, it's such a hockey player thing. Just be like, well, it actually feels better when I play hockey, so I'll just keep playing hockey instead of getting my leg fucking fixed.
Especially on a team that wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah,
you could have easily been like, okay, this season's done. Let's go get this fixed up. But no, tough guy, man, and I like DeHaan.
Oh god, yeah, he's great defensively.
If some of our guys, the younger guys, aren't developing the way we think, and we can get him, definitely, I don't want to resign him at that 4.5.
Yeah,
but if we could get him on like a cheap 1 year, 2 year deal, I wouldn't hate that.
True. I'm wondering if it would be possible just because of like the injury issues that he has had and stuff like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just be like, hey man, like we don't really know. We're not going to give you a long-term deal, and we only get like half a season out of you anyway. Like, what if we do like $1 million, $2 million? If he was able to sign like just a 1 year, $2 million deal to stay, I would be like, yes. And then if he played it out and like played had a good season and got offered a way better deal somewhere else, I would not be upset. I'd be like, yes, you play yourself into a better contract again.
And he's 30 years old, so he'll be 31 next year. He's kind of hitting that area where it's kind of like, okay, you're not going to get that big ticket. Like he's not.
Well, he could. San Jose will do it.
That's fair.
They'll sign him to a 7-year, $6 million deal.
I was going to say he's not like his playing style isn't that sexy style where people are going to be like, oh, here, take my money to come on this team because about that. Like he is gritty. He gets like the defensive stuff done, like nothing that shows up
on shots, man.
Exactly. And so I don't know, man, especially if this team makes the playoffs, get past the first round, all that kind of stuff. He sees how special this team is and he's like, hey, 1 year, 2 million, 2.5, come back. Let's try to get this done next year. It might be something he can't say no to.
Well, I hope so. I'm trying to see like his advanced kind of stats. I was just looking for like shot blocks if I can. But yeah, he's the kind of guy that I would love the young guys to just watch defensively.
All our prospects that are projected to be defensive defensemen, they need to be tied to the hip of Calvin Haan and just
like what is it, Vlasic?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck, I forgot about him.
Calvin Haan had 85 block shots last year in 44 games. Keith had 6 more block shots in 10 more games. But Connor Murphy fucking destroyed the team with 123 block shots in 50 games. It's pretty goddamn good.
Trying so hard to fill Hammer's shoes or skates.
Yeah. Haan is kind of just like a Murphy because Murphy 123 blocks, 102 hits. Haan 85 blocks, 99 hits. Like those kinds of defensemen are great. They just get into the corners and disturb the shit and then get to the front of the net and put their fucking body on the line.
And in a perfect world, you have one of those on each line, each of your defensive lines.
True.
So yeah, like I said, we can bring him in. That'd be awesome. The other quick thing that I had was a little tidbit quote from DeBrincat. He was talking about basically he recognized that he doesn't need to score every game this year, but he intends on becoming a better playmaker. That just makes me so excited to see, like, he's so good and he's just like, I'm going to make myself even better.
I think that if he said this about himself last year, but like instead of being a playmaker, he's like, instead of just scoring every game, I really want to become a better two-way player because at the end of the season, I'm like, this motherfucker is two-way now.
Like, fucking did it.
So now he's going to be a sniping, playmaking two-way player. If that's what he wants to do, fucking do it, man, because I'm all about it.
I just love him. I love the guy. I am so happy he's on our team.
Like, yeah, he's so good.
And it's awesome.
It feels good inside.
And he's starting to get recognized too for it. Like he cracked the top 50 players in the NHL right now. He was number 49, I believe. So it's like people are starting to recognize this, that he's good.
I think this year a lot of people will really see how good he is because last year, we played the same 7 teams.
Yeah.
And so only those teams got to see how good he was. But also, our team wasn't that great. So teams like Nashville, who played really well against us, and then like Tampa and Florida, who were just stacked, didn't get to see how good DeBrincat was like the whole time. I don't know. I think I saw a lot of flashes during those games, but then the games against the lesser teams, like he's just so dominant. It's just insane.
I was going to say something, but I'm going to hold off for it until our next episode when we do our Hawks preview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be I think there's a couple players that are really going to have years that are just going to define their career, kind of like really, or not define it, but like really project it to where it can be and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And this
He's only 23 years old.
oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It's so weird how much I like him and I'm so much older.
Dude, do you think he likes me?
But yeah, so the last bit of hot stock, and then we'll move on. They kind of announced captains. It's kind of confusing a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there hasn't really been verification, but it kind of points to obviously Taves has the C, Kane's got an A, and then it looks like they might be switching between Murphy and DeBrincat with the last A.
Home and away.
DeBrincat's been wearing it at home when he plays in the preseason. Murphy was wearing it away during the preseason. I don't know if that's officially what they're doing. It would make sense. I don't like it. F3, be your leadership core and let's go. Like, you don't need a letter to be a leader on the team. Like,
no, I think it should just be Murphy, Kane, and Taves.
yes.
Because, I mean, just having one alternate on the back end makes sense to me. And then, Taves has just been the captain 14 years at this point. And then, Kaner's just become such a leader by example, but now a leader like vocally on the team too.
Right.
And DeBrincat is the next class of leadership, I think.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think the next leadership group is going to revolve around DeBrincat and possibly Doc.
Yeah.
And
Seth Jones.
I think DeBrincat is next in line for the C, to be honest.
Yeah, no, true. I think it was like at the beginning of 2 years ago, I think it was like, oh, Doc is the future, like center. He's going to be the C. He's going to take over like from Taves' like position and role. And then it's like kind of a slower burn at this point just because of injuries and the issues with like the seasons. And then DeBrincat's just kind of shown that he's just getting better and better and better. And it's scary how good he's going to fucking be.
Yeah. Oh, man. So lots to look forward to this season. Do you have anything else for Hawks talk?
I don't think so. I think
all right.
Good.
And if you know what, our next episode is going to be a huge dive into the Hawks season. So if we come up with anything, we'll just save it. Let's switch over to NHL talk really quickly here. Few things just to touch on a little bit here and there. Today there was like an Reichel update. Was it Dreger?
Yeah, Dredger.
Yeah, Dredger was basically saying that things have been picking up a little bit. Teams have been getting more of an access to his medical record and kind of just seeing like what's going on with him. Not necessarily meaning that there's going to be a trade anytime soon, but it seems like at least now they're coming to a point where they're just like, all right, listen, it's going to be best for everybody. Let's just get this over with and move on.
Yeah, I'll just want it to happen. That's really it.
And a lot of people are saying too, I've been hearing this on a few podcasts and reading it on a couple different like articles and stuff, is that this probably everybody's kind of saying like the Buffalo Sabres are fucking this up. I mean, they obviously are. Yeah. But I think people are misdirecting their issue with it. A lot of people aren't realizing that this is probably the ownership realizing that not knowing a lot about hockey. They're the Buffalo Bills guys. I don't think they truly understand the game. Their GM is inexperienced. He's never had a position like this before getting the job in Buffalo, which is the most Buffalo thing ever. But I think he's saying like,
this is our guy.
Yeah. And I think the owners are saying like, okay, Jack Eichel, American boy, top player, all this kind of
American
stuff. Blah, blah,
Ninja
blah.
Warrior.
We're not getting rid of him for nothing. And as much as, was it Ken Adams? No, Ken Adams is the announcer, isn't he?
I have no idea.
Whoever the GM is for Buffalo keeps saying, well, no, this is what's going to be. And the ownership's like, well, no, fuck you. Hold him until we get what we want type of thing. So I think there's a lot of misdirection of hate for the Sabres in this situation. But yeah, regardless though, it needs to be figured out. It's BS, this whole situation. And Kevin Adams.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That was right. I was just trying to find something else. I was literally just out of nowhere decided to start looking up the similarities between DeBrincat and Kucherov.
Anything you want to share?
I was a little distracted. Let's see. Kind of. I mean, fuck. Like, I guess Kucherov didn't play when he was 23 for some reason. Oh no, they didn't make the playoffs. Is that what it was? I was just looking at like by age, their stats. Let's see. So when Kucherov was where am I at? Jesus Christ. It's hard because of the games played, but at 23, DeBrincat had 56 points in 52 games. And Kucherov at 23 had 85 points in 74 games, which could be kind of close if you were to like pull it out and like, I don't know.
They have the points per game.
Yeah. No, no, not right here. But I'm trying to do this too quickly. Not like looking at everything like as hard as I could. Let's see, points per game. Oh, points per 60, 3.1. Okay, points per 60, 3.5. So close. Both when they were 23. So yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Get distracted.
But bringing back to DeBrincat again, another thing with this Eichel situation that he is probably going to be not eligible. He's just not going to be able to play in the Olympics, even if he has the surgery today.
That's horse shit.
So
maybe that's the whole plan for Buffalo is just to ruin Team USA.
But what I was going to say is that I think that, I mean, I don't know if there's any question into it before, but I think that pretty much seals DeBrincat making Team USA.
Oh, I think he's going to be guaranteed a spot.
You think so, regardless?
When he has an insane year this year, they're going to be like, yeah, clearly DeBrincat and Kane are going to be on Team USA. Have you seen how they played this year?
Can you imagine Bowman fucking that up, not bringing DeBrincat?
Yeah, he's going to bring Connor Murphy, Seth Jones. He's going to have Brinksy. He's going to have Kane.
There's going to be a lot of Olympians from Chicago.
No, probably not.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of good USA players now.
Kane, DeBrincat.
Kane and DeBrincat, I think, are going to be on there for sure.
Seth Jones.
I don't know.
I think Seth Jones for sure.
If Seth Jones has a really good season, I think he makes it, but it's going to be hard when you have.
And I'm talking about, and you know, when I say a lot of Olympians, I'm talking about everybody, not just Team USA, right?
Oh, I was just talking Team USA.
Oh, no, yeah. I only see those three making it.
I don't know if Seth Jones makes it, but he could.
I think he does. But
yeah.
All right. You know who's not going to be playing the Olympics?
Evander Kane.
Yes. I'm so happy to know that. The shitstorm just keeps piling on for this guy. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point about, like, does he want to be done with hockey, but he just physically can't say, I don't want to play anymore? He just needs to find an excuse to get, like, knocked out of the league.
I don't know. It's concerning to me about how, like, he goes about doing something and he just goes, yeah, this sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So the new development in the Kane saga, so he got cleared of the gambling charges. I don't know if the gambling, not charges, but like accusations.
Yeah, investigation.
Yeah, they said that there was no proof that he was gambling in his own games and all that, and they're confident in that. But then they said that they're now investigating for all the other allegations of like the domestic violence or domestic abuse and all that kind of stuff. And then yesterday, or 2 days ago, depending on when you listen to this, 3 days ago, it came out that now he's being investigated for providing a fake COVID vaccine card which, if found guilty of, could serve up to 5 years in federal prison.
It's it's so on brand for Evander Kane. Because if I were to not tell you who the player was, and I go, hey, dude, there's this guy in the NHL literally just is now getting investigated because of a fake vaccination card. And you'd be like, oh, fucking Evander Kane. Like, yeah, man, what the fuck?
Has there ever, like, I don't understand, like, you're giving the golden ticket. You get to play professional hockey in the greatest league in the world. You make a ton of money doing it because you're good. You're a great hockey player.
Yeah.
And yet you get gambling problems. Granted, okay. So people don't come at me. I know it's addiction's addiction. Like, he needs help for that. He definitely needs mental help for that. But still, like, you have that problem. Now you pull this shit off. Like, you have like your baby mama drama shit, like, gets thrown up into your locker room and like into the whole league. You're affecting your team. Nobody wants to play with you. Nobody wants to welcome back in the locker room. And now you're throwing up a fake vaccine card, which I don't know if you live under a rock, but the vaccine's kind of a big fucking deal in the world right now, whether it's kind of a hot topic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit going on with getting the vaccine, not getting the vaccine. And you just say, fuck it, I'm giving you a fake vaccine card.
Yeah, it's not like you're fucking working at McDonald's. Like, and then they're just like, we need your vaccination card. And you're like, here. And you just write on a piece of paper, like, I am vaccinated.
12. I just don't understand. Like if I got to play in the NHL, I would just be like, okay, awesome. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
And what's he doing? Fucking it up. Even fucking it up is royally underselling it. Dude's gonna go to fucking jail.
The season starts in less than a week. Does he play? I don't know.
He's not at training camp.
Yeah, does he?
I think it sounds like he's not gonna play until this all gets resolved. Because as long as there's like an open investigation, it sounds like he's staying away from the team.
Yeah.
But even if he does play, like,
I don't know what to do.
It's like, even if he does play
about this guy.
Yeah, even if he does play, like I said before, at what point do your teammate, like, you know what, teammates are brothers and all that kind of stuff, but at one point are you just like, fuck this guy?
I don't know. 500 points.
Oh man. All right, that's enough of that guy, that clown. Fucking
yeah. Can't wait to see what else comes out.
Another big thing that, investigations are around the NHL now. I think that's like the theme of the year is just investigations. Sounds like we're going to be getting another investigation as Robin Lehner has just been going on a crusade of just calling out all the behind the scene bullshit that's been going on in the NHL, and honestly, good for him.
Yeah. Just all the prescription painkillers that are just given out from, like, not even, wasn't he saying like it's not even like team doctors? It was just like just being given to them, and like sleeping pills for them to like fall asleep on.
It was like
Tom Sestito came out and said something about it too. He was just like getting vitamin T, which is just like code for whatever, like the sleeping pills or like the
Ambien and all that.
Yeah, the Ambien and like the painkillers. It's like you just like get on the team bus or team plane and just get like a fucking somebody toss him some of those, and then you just like, all right, and just like fucking go to sleep. And like what the fuck? It's really weird because I know that like they started studying like the travel and like how important sleep is, but then I don't think that somebody then translated, oh, they need sleep, get them sleeping pills.
Yeah, right.
Like that'll be the thing that does it. Like, fuck, man, I don't know.
I mean, and it's already been no secret that the league has a huge opioid issue.
Yeah, dude, with the drugs, it's crazy.
And it's just, I mean, it's not just the NHL. It's all professional sports. It's just more common, I think, in the NHL because of how physical the team or the league or the sport is.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most physical sport that plays. You can have back-to-back days. Like, you're fucking banging bodies like all the time. It's not like football where you play once a week and you play every like 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's calling that shit out. I mean, he threw I don't know how to say his last name.
Alain Vignon.
Alain Vignon.
AV.
AV, whatever, under the bus.
Whatever.
Um
Coach of the Flyers.
Yeah, the coach of the Flyers, he threw him under the bus saying that he knows exactly what he's doing and all that kind of stuff. He's also been a huge advocate. We mentioned it before with the Jack Eichel stance and all that kind of stuff, which a lot of players are getting behind. And that's going to be, I think, a huge topic once the CBA comes up next. Kind of giving the power back to the players to treat however they feel is the best bet for them. That's
just crazy to me that
because he says he said, listen,
it has to be team approved.
Yeah. Because all they want to do is they're paying you a lot of money to play hockey. So they want to make sure that you're able to do what's proven and what's going to get you back on the ice. And then, so you're going to need to do what they say. And then once your career is over, then you can do what you want, but the league's not going to help you with it. Like they're saying that the procedure that the fusion that they want Eichel to do, he'll have to get done 3 or 4 more times before I think his career is over.
Yo, fuck that.
I don't know if it's career's over or what, or I can't remember the exact, but regardless, whatever the Buffalo Series wants him to do, it's going to be a continued thing throughout the rest of his life that he's going to have to get done.
Dumb. That's stupid. I don't like it.
But with him going all out on these tweets and podcasts and doing all this, I mean, NHL's listening. The NHL had a meeting with him. Emily Kaplan tweeted out. She just talked to Rob Nylander. He's confident he can push for a change in the NHL. They're listening. He's moving his messaging behind the scenes, working with the NHL, NHLPA. He also asked for patience from the media as he begins the season and tries to make meaningful steps forward. So I did not have Rob Nylander on my board for changing hockey culture, like behind the scenes when it comes to this kind of stuff. But good for him, man.
Yeah, I like that he's so vocal, and some people might be annoyed with like the way he says things, but it's like, fuck, man, he's not wrong.
And he's so honest, and that's like, it's so much better. I'd rather these guys be honest than give the bullshit robot responses. Like listening to him on Chicklets, he was sitting there and they're asking like, oh, do you think they kind of threw you under the bus in Vegas with the whole Marc-Andre thing? And most guys would be like, well, you know what? It is how it is. This is how the game. And then he's like, no, they fucked me. They totally screwed me over with this situation. Like they put me in a hole with the fans now and all this kind of stuff. And he's just straight up honest about it. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he's talking about how the fans don't like him because of Fleury and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And he's just like basically saying like, fuck the fans. I'm here to play my game and all this kind of stuff. I'm just like,
I didn't trade for me.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and then he's also like, he was talking about the whole Walsh thing with the sword and Fleury's back. He's like, man, fuck that guy for doing that to me, but I love him because he does so much for his players. That's funny. So funny. Like he's just so blunt about it and just so honest about it. And it's just, you know what? That's why nothing gets changed, because nobody is willing to put themselves on the line and, risk it. And he's doing that, and good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely one of a kind, and it's good that he's in the NHL actually, I think.
And it seems like a lot of players are backing him, and it's going to be, it's not going to be quick, but I think in the next couple of years, we're going to see some big changes in the NHL and hockey culture, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be good. Hope that happens.
Yes. Yeah. So unless you got something else, that's about it for me.
I think that's it. I'm just scrolling through Reddit and seeing that Louis Eriksson has 3 goals in the preseason is actually pretty funny to me. There was the preseason game that happened recently between the Lightning and the Panthers.
Oh, that's why I wrote this down. Okay. It was just an all-out brawl yesterday. It was like game 7
yeah.
of the playoffs. So I wrote this down because you texted. Florida hockey is the best.
Yeah. It's going to be insane hockey.
It's awesome that they're building this rivalry, and that, you know, Florida's going to be good, and they're not going to take it. Like, it's not going to be like we're beating the shit out of you because we suck and we can't do anything else. Like, no, they're doing it because fuck you. We're going to be the new team of Florida kind of thing. Like, it's, oh man, let's fucking go.
The Battle of Florida is going to be the new thing instead of
Battle
of Alberta. It's the Battle of Florida. It's completely as far away you can get from each other.
Oh my god,
it's just funny to me that like the pest is Corey Perry on Tampa, and then the same kind of pesty kind of player is Sam Bennett on Florida, and they both played each other a lot when Sam Bennett was in Calgary and Corey Perry was in Anaheim, and now they just like swapped the coasts to play against each other and piss each other off the whole time.
Yeah, and I totally forgot Corey Perry was on Tampa.
Yeah. Stirring up the shit, man. It's pretty great. I'm excited. I'm going to watch a lot of those games.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. So, all right. Well, I think that about does it for us. Episode 154. Tanner, what do you want to call it?
1 week.
1 week. I like it.
1 week away, I guess.
I think we should do 1 week, parentheses, bare naked ladies. No.
Well, it's 1 week since we go some hockey.
All right. So that was episode 154, 1 week. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast on the Apple Podcast Network, on Spotify, on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter at WCB Podcast. Definitely on Twitter. Got to build that up in case Facebook and Instagram decide to disappear again. That was a little nerve-wracking there for a second, just because I only used Instagram for the social media for this. But make sure to follow the Hockey Podcast Network on all the social media at HockeyPodNet. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. I've been doing some videos, a couple prediction videos for standings. They're doing some cool content on there. There's gonna be some live watch-alongs and stuff like that. Buy our merch. Shop
if you want to.
CBP. 13% off if you code Benders13. Yeah, I got nothing else. 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
All right.
Be on the lookout for some Hawks hockey next week.
All right. Yeah. So for Jeremy and Tanner, we will see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.